Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull my painting out of the way for a minute. I'm going to put my test sheet on here. And I want to create some little tiny birds similar to what you see on here. These little birds right here. But I don't want to just jump right in and put it on my painting just yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some brown paint right here. I'm going to mix a little bit up here. A little bit more up here. Don't want a lot of water in this, just a little brown. But I want it to be fairly dark brown. And because it's not dark enough, I'm going to get just a little bit of black paint. And when I say little bit, I mean just hardly any. Black is a very dominant color. And if you get too much, it just, boom, everything goes black. So I'm just going to get barely the tip of my brush in that black paint. I don't know how well that's going to translate on there, but there is hardly any on the very tip. Then I'll put it into my brown and just darken it slightly. Okay, so now I got a darker brown. I don't want a black, I just want a darker brown. And if I bring this over here in the light a little more, well, let's see. You can see it's just a dark brown is all I've got here. Not a black brown, just a darker brown. That's what I'm shooting for. Now I'm going to practice a little bit. I'm going to use the tip of my brush and then lift it up. Very tip. Press a little harder. I want to go the other way. Lift it up. Or you can lift it up going one way. You can turn your paper, press, lift it up going the other way. That's probably the best way to do it. Press, lift. Press, lift. Just like I'm doing here. Press. You understand what I'm saying when I say press? I mean, I'm pressing down on the paper right now with my brush, pressing down and then lifting when I get to the end. So I'm trying to create this kind of effect so it gets a narrow end so that when I come the other way and I press and lift, it looks like birds flying, okay? That's what I'm trying for. So I would practice a little bit on your test paper before you go to your painting to make sure you kind of got it down. I'm even going to press, maybe do one or two more just to make sure I've got it down. Because I don't want these to be huge on my painting. These are kind of big. I did that so you can see them clearly. I don't want to get them too big on the painting though. So now when I switch over to the painting, let me just decide what direction I want them to go, and I'm going to have them coming across here this way. So I'll do my smallest ones first. Press, lift. Press, lift. As I come up the page, I'm going to get them slightly bigger. If you mess these up, it's not the end of the world. Say this is kind of our practice anyway. And by making them get slightly bigger as they come up, they look like it's the deception as they're getting closer to us. Small one right in here. Okay, now we more or less have a finished piece here. I think I am going to take a little time to add some blue. This is optional for you guys. If you are happy with the way your water looks and everything's just hunky-dory and you don't want to change anything, that's fine. But remember, this is the experiment one, so if you're going to have some mistakes or some experiments, this is the one to do it on, not necessarily your final one. So I'm mixing up a little blue in my tray right here, putting on my test paper, and I'm going to come in here and I am going to go a little darker in some areas. I'm keeping my lines coming across here very horizontal. I'm doing this because I want it to contrast a little bit more with the shoreline here. That's the reason I'm doing this. And then I'm just bringing some lines back and forth like waves. I'm keeping them horizontal, all those lines. Whatever you do, don't come in here and paint this way or at a diagonal. I'm going a little bit lighter blue as I come up here towards the top, but I am thickening in the area so there's not quite as much light. I just think it's too light, that's why I'm going back over some of this. And I personally think that really helped with the water in this case. You do this, you look up, it looks more like waves coming across. And I think that's a better finished piece right there, like that. Darkened it around the landmass and darker in the bottom, and then just let it fade out a little bit as I was working them up towards the top.